Latinos Out Loud podcast.
Brooklyn College. Yes. Can I hear you say "yer"? It's okay. I get it. I get it. Sure. How are y'all doing? Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Do we absolutely love Latinos Out Loud podcast? Yes, I do. I do. Okay, who here is a CUNY student? Yes, come on, CUNY students. Yes, I went to Baruch, for a year. Yes, I was a commuter. Who else is a commuter? Yes, I was a commuter, and then I just got sick of it. I got sick of it. I lived with my mom. Love her. But I transferred schools far, far away. I goddamn near close to Canada. It was great. It was great. I ended up going to Cornell, and the people are always like, oh, my God, but nobody talks about Baruch having the hardest accounting class in the city. Do y'all know about that? Thank you. I nearly failed it, but it was a great experience, and I know CUNY students work so hard, so thank you so much for being out here. I know we have an amazing class that is recording this, so shout out to the class. I love that. Yes, absolutely. Oh my God. Well, what do you want to do when you grow up? Yeah, you, orange shirt. That you got an orange shirt on, bro. Okay, love that. They said I don't know. They said I don't know. I love that. That's what college is all about. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm a clown now. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Oh my God. So we have native New Yorkers in here? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so can we do that "yer" again? Let's try again. Can I hear you say "yer"? Okay, all right, let's wake up. Let's wake up. We're in here. We're going to have Rachel La Loca in here. We're going to have some guests in here. It's a good time. It's a good vibe. It's absolutely a delicious vibe. Y'all, I'm born and bred in New York City, as I've been saying. But New York City is getting crazy. Is it not? It's getting crazy, y'all. Like, the other day, I was just walking down the street. All of a sudden, someone called me a bitch. And it was a rat. Let me explain. I'm walking down the street, right? All of a sudden, my titties perk up. I'm like, oh, there's a rat in the vicinity. Oh, and I'm looking around. I see this young lady come down. I knew she was a young lady because she was definitely the mother of several thousand baby rats. You know what I'm saying? The little coochie was swinging a little bit, respectfully. And we ladies, we have to stick together. So I stopped. I said, please, ma'am, go ahead. And as she passed me by, she slowed down. She gave me the up, down. She said, ew, bitch. I said, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to forfeit because she's going to win. She's the rat. The rat is going to win. Other people have called me a bitch. 12-year-old boys. Y'all know about these? They're so mean. They're so mean. Like the other day, I'm just in Queens, right, living my life. These kids pass by smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer, playing the lottery. Grown things, right? All of a sudden, they yelling at me, hey, yo, bitch. How much dick you trying to suck? Oh, my God. What's the protocol? Can I fight him? I'm about his height. It would be fair. No. No. Can I spank him? No, we are working on those generational traumas. Yes, we are. No, what I actually ended up doing, I just yelled at him. Like, fuck you know about trigonometry, bro. He was not scared. That happened in my neighborhood. I'm from Queens. Y'all know about Queens? You've been there 3 times. Okay, and pause and cut that camera. So tell me about the 3 times you've been to Queens. Okay, to eat Colombian food, duh. I need a Colombia, obvio. Peruvian food, okay. Okay, you know they got like parks and stuff out there too. Yeah, no, just letting you know, heads up, Flushing Meadows is really nice. They have museums as well, moving image. Anyways, I love Queens. I'm from Queens, and my neighborhood is getting, yeah, that's so sad. That's so sad that we can shout that together. My neighborhood is getting gentrified, and I just don't understand why people complain so much. Like, what? Like the other day, I'm playing a little bit of music. All of a sudden, someone's at my door. It's too loud. Okay. I'm playing Taylor Swift for both of us. So get into it. Also, don't complain to me about New York City until you've seen like what, 5 years? 5 years worth of the same Shen Yun advertisement. You know my girl Shen? She be like, you don't know Shen? Well, don't complain to me until you know my girl Shen by first name basis. No, no, no. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Y'all, how do you get your adrenaline pumping? How do we get our adrenaline pumping? Some people jump off a cliff. Some people skydive. Me, I get really, really high, and I get on the TSA line. Yeah. Whew. What a ride. What a ride. And it's fun because I have to start like acting like I don't smell. Like everyone around me is like, ew, ew, it smells. I'm like, yuck, ew. It's someone back there, I think, from back there, maybe in the front over there. Nasty, ew, bad. Delinquent, bad, ugh, yuck. Yeah, no, I get it. The worst thing is like everything's fine and well until that dog comes, or the TSA dog is walking towards you, and all you can think is, damn, I really wish I could pet that dog, right? I just want to pet it. I just want to cuddle, just a little. I've been dating. Do y'all date? Do y'all be doing that? No, in school, only got tunnel vision. I love it. Yes. No, I am also queer. Meow. Okay, surprise. Yes. Yes. Okay, everyone was like, finally. Okay. Yes, I have been trying to date. Not super successfully because I'm not great at flirting, but it's okay because I look like this. And someone asked me the other day, what do you do for confidence? Me, this is a serious question. I'm like, okay. I said, back up, let me explain. Do you know the film, the amazing masterpiece, almost documentary, Madagascar? Yeah, do we know it? So do we know Alex the lion, Marty the zebra, and they're best friends? You wouldn't think, but they are. They are. Yeah, and so whenever Alex the lion isn't feeling too hot, Marty the zebra goes, bro, who's the lion? And then Alex goes, dude, I'm the lion. And they just go, who's the lion? I'm the lion. Who's the lion? I'm the lion. Yep, that's exactly what I do. I was doing that back there if you heard that. That was me. Who's the lion? I'm the lion. Who's the lion? Yeah, that's what I do. And you would think like maybe that would give an ill, like you just talked about an animated film, like ill, maybe that would give the other girl an ick. No, I got the ick from her because she read poetry to me. Get out, leave. Get out, grab your stuff. Yeah, I've also been going to the gay clubs. Y'all know about the gay clubs? Is that you? Is that your truth? Okay. I love that. You should check out the Woods. The Woods and then Transparent. Okay, let me stop. We'll talk after. But I have been going to the gay clubs and it's a lot of fun. The other day I went with my designated straight friend and I said, hey, today I might want to kiss a queer person of color. They were like, got it. We go in the club. After the club, we come back outside. She's in my face. Oh my God, I cannot believe you just did that. I was like, what happened? She goes, the person you made out with was white. I was like, they weren't white. They were French, so move over. All right. Y'all, let me think. Oh my God, let's give it. I'm Latina, obviously. I'm Colombian. Shout out to my Colombian mother. Let's give it up for her. She's somewhere being mad at me. Love her. But the other day I told her, I said, "Hey, Ma, I think I might want to be, try out to be pescatarian." She was like, "Oh my God, why?" I was like, "Oh, because it just seems like a little healthier, I want to eat some fish, you know what I'm saying?" She was like, "But you've never been religious, though." I was like, "What?" Oh, I think you think I'm talking about being Presbyterian. But no. I'm just interested in pussy. Okay. Y'all, my name is Michelle Adana. We have an exciting show for y'all tonight. I'm really excited. I'm bringing out the chair of the tram. Okay. I'm bringing out the chair of the tram. Give it up for MJ Robinson.
Thank you, and hello. So I want to welcome you all to Studio Plan B. As you may have heard, we had a little tiny, massive infrastructure problem yesterday, but thanks to our wonderful colleagues at the Tau Performing Arts Center, we are here live from the Claire Tau Theater at Whitman Hall. So we're so pleased. Yes, less than 24 hours. So I am the chair of the Department of TV, Radio, and Emerging Media here at Brooklyn College. Our department teaches journalism, virtual reality, single cam, multicam studio, and multicam remote. Media studies, media literacy, we are the place for those things. Radio and podcasting, if you are interested in any of that, Google TREM and Brooklyn College, we'd be glad to talk to you. This event is co-sponsored by the Department of Puerto Rican and Latino Studies. We are so happy to have our colleagues from Pearls with us. And Rachel is a former recipient of their Community Service Award when she was a student here. Now, speaking of Rachel, she is here tonight with her fabulous award-winning podcast, and in the spring, she is joining us as Professor La Loca Strauss, and she will be teaching our advanced radio and podcasting class. So we are so pleased to have her join us. And with no further ado, I bring you Rachel La Loca and Latinos Out Loud.
Thank you. What's up? All right. Yo. What's up, Brooklyn College? Make some noise right now. Okay, Brooklyn is definitely in the building. Oh my gosh, I love coming home. This is really a homecoming for me, you guys. So thank you so much for rolling out the maroon and gold carpet for me. It is so great to be here. Professor Sosa, Professor Maria Perez y Gonzalez. Wow, I love coming back to the campus just to see all these faces, and it gives me great memories and great pride. As MJ said, I went to this school. I graduated in 2000 in Schmurg. Not important. I mean, important to graduate, but not my age. And also, as MJ mentioned, I was the recipient of an award from the Pearls Department. Shout out to Pearls! Puerto Rican and Latino stories, baby! I am so proud of that. I minored in Pearls, and I will say, they tell you that Brooklyn College affords a well-rounded education. That is the truth, because I do so well on Jeopardy. Let me tell you, okay? The more random the subject, I got them. I'll take the daily double, all of it. You know what I'm saying? And I really did get a well-rounded education from here. Minoring also in Puerto Rican Latino studies, it actually happened to me by accident. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'll share this story really quick. So when I was a freshman here, my second semester, I was registering, and I had 3 credits open in my schedule, and I hadn't declared a major yet. Who here has declared their major? Right, show of hands. But not everybody, well, most people. Shout out to you, the students, for making your declarations. But it took me a while to declare. And I remember meeting with a college counselor that was like, well, you look Latina-ish, right? And which is usually a question that I get, being mixed. And I said, yes, I have a profound appreciation for being Latina here in New York. And she's like, well, you should take Intro to Puerto Rican Music with Professor Tony Nadal. I was like, oh, music. Okay, sounds like an easy class that I can get an A in. Okay, now I got an A in it, but it was not easy. No, it was not. No, it was not. Learned a lot about folkloric music and dance that is really the foundation of a lot of the music that we listen to today. Dembow, reggaeton, salsa, merengue, cumbia, de todo. And it was really, wow, I love the way I sound when I get real loud. Especially here. And so it was really fascinating to learn about my ancestors and music and the clave, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, and just the call and response, and it's really quite fascinating. To go on to learn that the Puerto Rican and Latino Studies Department here has done profound worldly work. And the Puerto Rican Alliance here, the Movimiento Estudiantil Dominicano, all of the great clubs on this campus that helped ground me while I was a student also taught me. And I'm very appreciative of all those lessons, not just learned in the classroom, but those learned from amazing mentors whom I still have today. Shout out to Professor Nadal and Milga Morales and Virginia Sanchez Corol and just all the teachers in that amazing department. So what did I major in? I heard the question, or maybe it was in my head. I majored in business management and finance because at the time I had this wild dream of combining my love for my Latinidad and business. Okay, but that wasn't really an established major at really any school back in 2000 schmurger, So I had to design that myself because I said to myself, when I graduate, I want to work at Latina magazine. That was the magazine. Y'all know Latina? Clap your hands if you know Latina magazine. Yes. So that was my dream, to work at that magazine. So I faxed my resume. I mailed my resume. Do you guys know what a fax machine is? It's this thing that has a phone number. Yes, a phone number. But you don't call it necessarily. You have this giant contraption on the other end that sends the paper of what you have, like that want to send, electronically. It's quite amazing. Yeah, the young people here are like, I don't fax, or like, fax, like not truth, but fax. No, but facsimile machine. Google that. So yeah, I sent my resume all types of ways, and I interviewed for a job there, believe it or not, as a marketing coordinator. I did not get it. Yeah, dream shattered. Can you believe it? But 6 months later, that same person who's a mentor of mine today, the marketing director, shout out to Charlotte Castillo, who's now the managing director of Eva Longoria and America Ferrera's nonprofit organization called Poderistas, she called me back 6 months later and was like, so we have a position in the marketing department, but it's a research coordinator, providing facts on like how many toothbrushes Latinos have in their household on average. It's quite fascinating stuff. And I took that job. And I worked in the marketing department because that's where I wanted to end up eventually. And I basically worked that position to what I wanted it to be a year later. Because we could do that. You can make choices at the job and show them your strength. Look, I got a bunch of students in front of me, so yes, I'm going to get a little preachy, okay? But you can really make it, and have your skills shine the way you want them to, in any capacity, in any position that you take in the real world after Brooklyn College. Okay, so that's a little bit about my life back then. Now, Brooklyn College is still, it's in the fabric of my existence by choice. I serve on the Alumni Association, which is great. Yes, thanks. And I actually taught multicultural marketing here way back when I was an executive in the marketing space. And then that all came to a close because I went from corporate to comedy in 2015. I like to tell people, and the LOLero, shout out to Yaya, I've heard this before. When my son was gestating in my belly and growing, I like to say that he grew a pair, and so did I. Because I took that pair of cojones and I said deuces to the corporate world, and I dove into comedy. Wow. Oh my gosh. That was 8 years ago. So here we are. Brooklyn College now invited me back to teach advanced radio and podcasting, which I am so excited for. Okay, you guys, imagine like getting to teach a class in a world that's still unfolding, right? That's still ever changing, that don't really have a lot of textbooks on the subject matter, right? Because we're in a fairly new space here in podcasting. That excites me. And what I'm going to tell you now is the way I've been constructing this course is a lot of real world stuff. Real world guest speakers, real world case studies, things that we should examine and dissect. How many of y'all plan to take my course next semester? You get an A, you get an A, you get an A, you get an A minus, Professor Sosa. Come on! You all get A's. But I'm so excited to have y'all, and we're gonna really take deep dives into podcasting. Yeah, you're not just going to listen to an episode of a podcast. We're going to dissect it like a frog in 7th grade. But no formaldehyde, unless that's your thing, you know? No judgment. And so Brooklyn College, as you can see, is still part of my life, and I love this place, and I love what it's given me, and I will continue to give back to this community in any way, shape, or form, like today. This feels really fulfilling. I want to shout out Trem. I want to shout out MJ and Young and Tom and all of the students. Thank you so much to all of you putting this show together. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. I do this on the daily in the mirror. It feels good. And yeah, we've got a lot of show here today. And so I have a special guest, and we have the return of Frankspiracy News. You guys know about Frankspiracy News? Yes? Okay. So anyway, Brooklyn, here we are. One more thing I failed to mention. Brooklyn College invited me here for the keynote address, to deliver the keynote address for the comeback commencement for the classes of 2021 and 2022. So I was right here on this very stage, sitting next to MJ Robinson, not knowing that this was going to happen as a result. We started talking after the ceremony, and it was just kismet. It was just the universe putting me in the right place at the right time. And I'm gonna give one more piece of advice to all the students in the building, right? Because they tell you, oh no, entertainment's about who you know and the rooms that you're in, and you gotta be in those special rooms. That is accurate. That is absolutely correct. But to get into those rooms and to meet those people and for the universe to place you at the right time, at the right place at the right time, you gotta work. You gotta work. W-E-R-K and W-O-R-K. You gotta work. Work got me here. Stripes. I love earning stripes. You know that term, earning stripes? Like I don't really have stripes on my clothes, but if I did, they would run up and down my sleeve and I'd walk around like this. Everybody look at my stripes. It's very important. And earning stripes is very fulfilling. So that's my college spiel. Brooklyn College, thank you. And I look forward to giving back in any way that I can moving forward. So I also want to thank the audience for being here, because those that are not from Brooklyn, this is somewhat of a troupe, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the last stop on any train. But that 2 and 5 train, you know what I'm saying? You can get pregnant and be pregnant and have a kid while you're on the 2 and the 5 train. It's quite a lengthy ride. Thank you for everybody who took that ride. Thank you. Okay, so we got a lot of show here. I have to thank our sponsor, Tragos the Game. We're going to play a round of this game. It is so much fun. If you like Taboo, you'll love Tragos. Tragos the Game, and now they have Tragos Get Loud. I mean, don't you just love the name? Amazing. Okay, so that's my thank you. There's a lot going on, and I just hope that this show does what I think it does for the LOLeros for you today, is that enlighten, educate, and entertain. That triple E effect that Latinos Out Loud has. All right. Oh, you know what else? I'm sorry, I'm doing my shout-outs. This is like Hot 97. Hot 97, what's your shout-out? Okay, I want to shout out my baby daddy and Rikers. I'm holding you down, baby, don't worry. I want to shout out, I'm not giving you commissary, sorry, I'm broke this week. I want to shout out this network, who is also the network that my podcast is on. Please, one time for this network. Shout out to my producer, Kaba, is in the building. Producer and editor, hi Kaba, It's good to see you in the audience and not yelling at me across. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't yell at me. He just talks in a stern tone when I do something wrong. But it's good to see you here. Thanks for everything you do. Okay, there are so many treats in store. I know Halloween's over, pero trick or treat. Okay. This is so exciting. This is the part of the show where I get to interview an amazing guest. And that's one thing about Latinos Out Loud. These guests are amazing. Okay? You heard it first. The criteria and the mantra of this show is to move Latinos forward while making them LOL. And that's what we do. And I have theme music to even talk about it. So basically, from guests to advertisers to subject matter, everything we do here must move our community forward. That was the reason why LOL was started, and 7 years later, it's why it continues to stand. Our community could use some elevating, and I'm doing what I can, you know what I mean? I'm trying to move the needle in a way that I can, and I encourage all of you to do the same. Whether it's through a podcast or through community service or passing down traditions to your kids and just having the conversations with our elders, we can all move our community forward in some way, shape, or form. Now, this next guest, she's most certainly moving the community forward. And let's see a quick video to showcase how she's doing it.
My husband's a great guy. I love him. I got a good one. I got me a 1978 Caucasian. That's a good model, good year. That's right. He's not just regular white either. He's Midwest white, which that's organic. That is farm to table white, you guys. I went to the source to get my white man. I was not playing. I was like, I'm gonna go where they make y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for comedian, actress, writer, Gina Brillon! Yes, my love! Hi, Gina! Yes!
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be my butt or something was gonna hit the microphone. Right away, I knew something's good. This microphone's not in a safe location for me.
It's that hip circumference.
That's right, yeah, right in that area.
We don't, sometimes I don't even know it either. It's like pi times radius squared. I really mean pi, like apple pie.
Any pie, any kind of pie.
That's the circumference of my waist. Apple pie times radius squared. See, Brooklyn College even taught me algebra. Hi, girl. How you doing?
Somebody in the audience was like,
yeah, don't give Poland Spring no brand love unless they paying some bills, okay? Either send us some Poland or Spring. I don't care. We'll take all of it. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, actually. It's so good to see you.
Fantastic.
Hey, this old thing, this is Thought Shop, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Thought Shop. This is Thought Shop.
Thought Shop,
not
everybody.
Top Shop. No, not Top Shop from Britain. No, it's not that expensive. It's Thought Shop from Spanish Harlem.
Best dresses under $5.
I'm saying though, and you catch it in the holiday time, the clearance when they're trying to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
All the thoughts are in there excuse me, hold on. My baby daddy called me. Hold on, I got my other baby daddy called me on the other line. Hold on. So that's what it's like shopping
Is
there.
this really $5?
Is this really $5? Oh, this is gonna look cute at Junito's party. All right. It's so much fun to shop in the Thought Shop. I make friends. It's really nice. Yeah.
It's a community.
It's a store of the community. Yeah. Girl, I love seeing you. Okay, the last time I saw Gina, humble flex, we got invited to a dinner by John Leguizamo and America Ferrera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly humble flex.
Humble flex.
I
Or
was
maybe
wearing
not so humble.
The exact same outfit, by the way. This is my I've left the house outfit at this point.
And you're a mom, too. Listen,
Girl.
Motherhood got you dressing differently, right? Got me dressing
If
differently.
I could wear sweats everywhere,
yeah,
I would.
Shout out to the sweats.
Yes, so comfortable.
Or the easy to assemble type outfits.
I need something that I can chase around a tiny human.
Yeah, back in the day, we used to wear used to go clubbing, the layered look, the hat, the little tutti gloves, whatever, the rings, the everything. Now it's no. I need something like the Jetsons. Remember how the Jetsons used to get dressed? They used to dive through a shirt. That's what I need. I need to dive through a dress and on my way out the door, maybe say goodbye to some people and go.
Hit start on the microwave so dinner's ready by the time. Walk out
Stouffer's lean cuisining it up for everybody tonight, okay? That's mom life. How old is your baby now?
He's 3.
She got a 3-year-old, you
3
guys.
years, man.
You know, some people say terrible twos. How are the threes for you?
He's cool, man. Well, I think that's because I'm parenting, like I'm doing the conscious parenting thing, which is, it's hard, but it's like, I don't lose my mind every time he does stuff that I expect a kid to do. Like, I'm like, oh, he doesn't want to go to bed? Surprise. He's 3 years old.
That's true.
I don't want to go to bed at my age. I expect a toddler to want to go to bed at 8 o'clock. That's ridiculous.
Right, because like they have a glimpse of the world now for 3 years and like, yo, this is awesome. Why would I want to shut this off
And
for
just
8
like
hours?
exactly, just as a kid, I'd be like, what happens when I go to sleep though? Like I would be that kid that's like, what do y'all do when I'm not here? I'm the bane of your existence.
What do I do? I move Elf on the shelf. That's what I do when you're sleeping.
Mommy sits and cries on the couch for hours. Let me have that time.
I look at the world through my window, one of which I'll never get to experience because I'm here with you all day. You know, mine are 8 and 5 now, which is crazy, right? I have 2 kids, you guys.
8 and
I know
5.
it's hard to tell, right?
8.
I give myself a lot of compliments. I don't need you guys. I do need you, but not
It's
for
a
the
fire
compliments.
sign thing. Don't worry about it.
It
You
is
get
a
used
Leo
to it.
thing for sure. I'm like, wait, you like my dress?
You don't? You should.
You should. Thought shop. When both of them were 3, they were 3-nagers, girl. Oh, I had 2 3-nagers. I didn't let it get to me because, by the second time, like, I was like, oh, this is what they do. Like, they're going to throw their food in my face. They're going to give some to the dog. Basically, they're not going to eat any of it. They're going to do everything else with their food but eat it. And there goes my money on the Oscar Mayer turkey bacon that is now $7. I can't believe turkey bacon is up to $7, right? I know you know what I'm saying, right? It's like not even real bacon. It's turkey bacon. Can't understand it. Enough about turkey bacon. You're making the bacon. I'll say that much. Okay. Segway zinger. Hey. Okay. Well, listen, my girl has 2 specials on Amazon. She's got 2 specials on HBO. Yeah, clap for that. Yeah, that is incredible. Talk to us about the dream as a comedian of take us back to when you got your first special.
Ooh, child. So I got my first special literally 15 years into the game.
Wow.
So I had already been doing it 15 years before I got, this is why I'm surprised when people are angry that they don't got a special 2 years in.
Come on, bro.
I'm like,
Stripes,
if I
remember?
had your same energy, I would have never waited the 15 years it took to get to the first special. And my mind wasn't even on ever doing a special. I just loved stand-up, so I just wanted to do stand-up. And then I ended up entering a contest, and I got a manager, and they had me, actually set some goals in place where they were like, we should look into doing a special. So the special took about like a year or like a year and a half to really organize, because most people don't know how much time goes into a comedy special.
That's what I want to know too. Can you tell us, because these are TV radio students here. So like we see a special and it's like, oh, she's so good. She must have just put that together like the other day and then just performed it. Tell us a little something about that.
It should take no less than a year, and I'll tell you why. People are always shocked when I say that. First, it takes you writing the material, and you really think that 60 minutes is nothing to fill when you look at it from an outside perspective. But when you're on that stage, it's hard to fill 5 minutes in the beginning. By the time you get to 60 minutes, realistically speaking, you've probably got about 2-3 hours of material, but you got 60 strong minutes that do well. Then on top of writing it, you have to tour with it. You go on the road, you test the material out. What works, what doesn't work, what never hits, what hits all the time, what should be in the beginning, what should be in the end of the special. So you go through this whole process, and that's why I'm always shocked when comics come out with special after special after special, because I'm like, the amount of work they're putting in to dole out specials every year, people have no idea how that process is. And it's also why I think I have a lot of empathy for people when they do a special and it doesn't hit, and everybody's like, damn, that special sucked. I'm like, how much time did they really have if they just did a special that came out in the beginning of the year and then they got another one coming out at the end of the year? Like, that's wild to me because of how much time it takes. The only special that took less time than that for me was The Floor is Lava on Amazon. I only had 5 months to write that special.
How'd you do it? And you had already had the baby, right?
No, I wasn't. I was pregnant during the filming of The Floor is Lava, and nobody knew but me and my husband. Nobody had found out.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I found out a week before the filming that I was pregnant.
Oh, that must have made the
So-
special even more special.
It really was. Like, I watch it now and I'm like, oh, my baby's with me. But the after party was weird because everybody kept trying to give me shots, and I was like, I can't. I'm not.
This is so unlike her. She's not drinking tequila. What's wrong?
Maybe she's just tired.
Right, she's tired.
But yeah, that was the only one I had 5 months to do. I worked with a writer for, and his job was essentially to come to shows, watch me do my set, and take notes.
Wow.
And help me edit as quickly as possible all the material that was coming out. And it was his job to basically let me know from an audience perspective what's hitting, why isn't it hitting, and what do we need to move on from. We only had 5 months, so we had to trim the fat as much as we could to get that special to where it was by the time we filmed.
That's fascinating. Wow. I'm learning
exhausting.
here too. Wow, it sounds exhausting. You know, you always see those specials, right, when they're filmed and like the comedian's about to take the stage and there's droplets of sweat you could see coming down their cheek and the people like, you know, like waiting for them outside. And they usually show the comedian like leaving the door from the backstage area and it's like, hello, Houston, or wherever city.
Yeah.
Like, what's that moment like? Is that moment what it looks like to the viewer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It is. Like that moment when and for my very first special, I had like only one shot. Normally they'll tape 2 or 3 shows to do a special. I had one shot.
That was
We
it?
were doing it in one shot. That's it. You got one show. You better hope every joke hits, because you don't got a second show to. I never did it again. I only did that one show that one time, but it was stressful because we're like, you got to really be on point to get through your whole special. So the first one was nerve-wracking. By the Floor is Lava, we did 2 shows, and I'm glad we did 2 shows because I got to see people in both shows that I love, like, that came out, so that was amazing. And both audiences were just amazing. So
Sweet. And where was that taped?
El Museo del Barrio.
Look at that, Museo del Barrio. All right,
Yeah.
2 blocks away from the thought shop that I shop at.
Hey, you shop at T.H.I.S?
It's called Mad Rag. It's on 3rd Avenue. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
You know, pero wait, that's so, because it looks like that moment is just so incredible and out of body, and that's just to the viewer. It gives me
Yeah.
chills, like all the specials.
You
Kevin
work
Hart
hard
and-
for that moment and so when you get that moment, if you get a split second, I think that anybody in life who works towards a moment like that, whether it's like your dream job or whatever you want to, when you get to that moment, just take it from me, take a minute to pause and like give yourself an applause break, because just setting a goal like that was wild.
I love that. Applause for a pause.
Yeah.
No, applause.
You know what?
for
I have
applause.
dyslexia, so I switched it in my head when you said it.
Oh my God.
I
you
was like,
know?
yeah, pause for applause.
Pause for
I
applause.
got you.
You know. Okay, and then there was another moment that
Yes.
we just saw. America's Got Talent. AGT? Like, have you guys ever met anybody who was on AGT? No, right?
You
Yeah,
have
she's
now.
like, this is incredible. So you rep so hard for the Bronx.
Yeah.
As soon as you got on that stage. I mean, you always do, but to
Yeah.
hear it on AGT is pretty dope.
It was pretty dope to say it on AGT, because it's like, you know, I just a little girl from the South Bronx. All of a sudden, I'm standing on stage in front of those people. Like, it was a big deal. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so that day that I auditioned, I was mad nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was so nervous because they make you audition, and you see the person auditioning before you. So it's like you're right there, and like there was a couple of buzzers before me, and that buzzer is loud. Like, it echoes, like, it's loud. So, like, when they hit the buzzer, like, I was like, I'm going to cry. I said, I'm going to cry. If they hit the buzzer, I'm going to cry. There's no way I'm not going to cry. I won't be able to control myself. I'm going to cry if one buzzer goes off. I won't be able, I was so nervous. I said, if I hear one buzzer, you're going to hear the lump in my throat because I'm going to want to cry. And so I was so scared, and then they call you out on stage, and you just gotta start, and you're like right there, and it's like there's Simon and Sophia and Heidi and Howie. I almost forgot his name. I was like, and the other guy.
Legendary comedian Howie
Yeah,
Mandel.
and he's the only one I met, by the way. So there's no reason why I should actually forget his name, other than we're just completely going back to as nervous as I was on stage that day. When I remember thinking Howie's the only one that's probably gonna have my back because he's a comic.
And I was like, Howie loves the comedian. So I was like, I think he's going to have my back. And I was like, I just hope everybody else laughs. And then everybody was like, Heidi doesn't like comics. And I was like, damn.
Oh my gosh.
They were like, Heidi just doesn't laugh at the comedian. So I was so nervous. So I couldn't even look at them. When I tell you I was not looking at those judges,
Wow.
I was not looking at the judges. I was looking anywhere else in their direction. So they thought I was looking at them, but I wasn't looking at them.
And that stage looks massive.
It
looks
huge.
enormous.
It is a massive stage. And you feel so tiny. You know what I mean? It's just, you feel so tiny on that stage. And so when no buzzers went off and I was done, I was like, oh, okay, no buzzers. They still might say they don't like me, but they didn't buzz me. Like, that nervousness left because I was like, all right, they didn't buzz me, so cool. Maybe they tell me I'm not good enough, not strong enough, who knows? But at that point, and then, you go back and forth with the judges, and then when they gave me all the yeses, like, my whole body, like, I was like, I'm gonna pass out. Like, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna pass out right now. Somebody gonna have to take me off this stage. I thought I was gonna fall to the floor. Because my knees started shaking. I was like, what does this even mean right now? And now it was my birthday week, too.
Oh, that's so special.
We was there for my birthday week, and my husband was at the hotel with my son, right? And they didn't know nothing. Like, they didn't know what happened. I couldn't be in contact with them all day. Like, I had to be on set. I almost didn't perform that day.
¿Y qué pasó?
They had so many people, and we're so backed up because this was right after COVID. So the regulations was crazy. We couldn't be in the same area. Like, a lot of us had to be in groups the whole time. So it was wild. And I was like, damn, I came here for this whole week just to, like, film for this day. And thank the producer, she was on my side. She was like, nah, we got to get this. We got to get her in.
Good. Wow.
And, she got me in. I left that place, and I just remember I got to the hotel room, and we had ordered some, what food did we order? We ordered some Peruvian food to celebrate, because that is bomb.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there with my plate of food, and I couldn't even eat, because I was like, this is wild. And I told my husband, and he's like my biggest cheerleader, so he was like just ecstatic. He couldn't believe it. He was like, I want to tell everybody. Oh. And I was like, well, you can't tell nobody now. Like, legally, you can't tell anybody until the show airs. And then I didn't know if I was going to make the live performances because normally on AGT, they'll do one audition for you to get through to the next audition. Mm-hmm. But this time, because there was COVID, there was no next audition. We were going from first auditions right to the live rounds. So the judges had to look over everybody and decide who was going to make it. And how they did it was type wild. I ain't gonna lie. I'm mad that they never used this because they wanted to use it for the show. They sent you a box, right? And in the box is a buzzer. And you hit the buzzer, and it tells you whether or not you made the live shows. And I was like,
stop it.
I was like, I swear if that joint says I didn't make the live shows,
oh my God.
And now I just have that sad buzzer as a reminder, I'm going to destroy that buzzer. And so I went, and they sent it to a friend of mine. So when she gets it, she's supposed to call the producer. They tell her how to set it up, right? So my friend's like, yo, the package is here. So she calls me, and me and my son and my husband, we go over to her place, and they're like, set up a camera so you can film it, right? So I hit the buzzer, and it says nothing. Like, literally, there's nothing.
What?
And my homegirl, she was like, no, the producer said this might happen. Turn it over.
Oh, my God.
Turn it off and then turn it on again. So I turn it off. And I turn it on again, and as I'm flipping it over, I hear Simon Cowell's voice go, congratulations, you've made it to the live audition.
Yes!
And I was like, I like lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, like quietly, because my son was still here. I don't want to startle him, but yeah.
God, I love dramatic shit.
Yeah.
That's so dramatica, but it's so
But it was brand. Like such a, yeah. I was upset they didn't use it for anything. I'm like, can I have the footage so I could post it for everybody to look? Because I thought it was a really cool way of letting people know.
Yeah.
And then I practically lived out of a hotel for the entirety of the show.
Wow.
By the Dolby Theater. Me, my husband, and my son, we lived out of the hotel right by the Dolby.
Out in California.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, okay, you've had to maneuver a lot through your career, TV, comedy clubs. We didn't even talk about the comedy club circuit. Let me ask that question first. I know, right? Like, we often hear that it's could be a challenge maneuvering this industry that, if I may say so on record, is still dominated by white men. Is that correct? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hardly noticed.
So, like, the comedy club circuit,
Yeah.
how do you maneuver that, being a woman, a mother, a Latina, being around, especially here in New York City, it can get rowdy, it can do stuff to your
Rowdy, girl.
self-esteem. Like, what are some tips that maybe you have for the aspiring comics out there listening on how to maneuver, given all the things I mentioned that you are?
I mean, the only thing that I can say that worked for me is that I loved this and comedy a lot more than I cared about whatever anybody was thinking about me. Like, I was like, the amount of times, and I think because I came from, a stock of women that was like, if you tell me no, you're going to see me every week until you got to give me a yes. Like, you could tell me no every single week and I'm still going to show up. And the bad side of that is the disrespect you end up putting up with for that goal, because your pride has to take a backseat, and that hurts a lot. And the version of me that's been through therapy and been in healing is like, you realize that those negative, nasty people are unhealed people with a ton of trauma, and they don't even know. Because if you bring it up to them, they get defensive. So it's not even worth wasting the energy. And I think even in my comedy infancy, when I was coming up, I knew where to direct my energy. Put my energy into what I wanted to do and not caring about whatever anybody else wanted from me or didn't want from me. And I was okay with being told no. I wasn't going to give up. One thing I learned, I think, early on, and I tell a lot of women in this industry too, dignity over everything else. If anybody ever makes you feel like you got to give up your dignity, it ain't worth it for the stage time. It ain't worth it for the movie role. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it 100%. Because especially now in this climate, we have people that will help you, will get you stage time, will make you feel safe. So there's no reason for it anymore. But when I was coming up, there was stuff like, you couldn't get gigs if you weren't sleeping with the booker. You couldn't get on stage if, you didn't at least let them disrespect you in some way. And so there was a lot of rooms where I was happy to take that no. I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I heard about you. I'm good. I'll take the no.
Right.
And I'll go somewhere where they told me yes. I would always go where they wanted to work with me.
Yeah.
And that was my saving grace. I want to be around people that want me there. If you don't want me there, I don't got to be there. It's easy.
I think that holds true to so many different facets of life, not just comedy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you'll probably give me the same answer if I ask you what it's like maneuvering television nowadays, right? Is it the same?
It's the same. And, like with anything else, my best friend has this great thing that he says to his kids, and I love it. And I've adopted it for me and my husband and our son. He says, we don't lose. We win or we learn. And that to me is absolutely brilliant. We win or we learn. We don't take no L's, except that L is learning. We learn from that. So anytime, like, because I've had television deals that didn't go through, and I think the first time it didn't go through, like, I spent a good portion of time in a deep depression over it. And then one of my friends called me, and he's like, one of those super successful people that you don't expect to have a story like this. And he called me and he was like, the first time it happened to me, I was in my underwear for 3 days.
Yeah.
He said, I wouldn't leave my apartment for 3 days. And so I said, damn, all right, well, at least I'm not alone in this. At least, there's other people that felt like this. And like I said, from that point on, don't win. I win or I learn. I don't lose. Win or I learn.
Win or learn. I'm going to adopt that as well.
I think it's a great philosophy.
I hope it's up for adoption.
Yeah, it is.
Because
we'll fill out the proper paperwork after the
Thank
show.
you. I really, that's a great way of thinking because, yeah, I have those losing moments too. Where I feel like, loser, like you didn't make it. We were on Bring the Funny. So my comedy troupe, Room 28, it was a multicultural comedy troupe that I was a part of for a really long time, made it on a TV show. show called Bring the Funny, and it was on NBC, and it was just like one of those comedy competitions.
Yeah.
We ain't make it past the first round. I felt like, that was one of those moments, but then you're right. What did we win? We were on NBC's Bring the Funny. We were out in California shooting for 2 weeks. I met so many wonderful comedians.
Yeah.
Ian Lara was out there with us.
Yep.
Frankie was there. Orlando Leyva. And I got to bond with all these people. Like, there's so many wins that
Can
came
I
out of
give
that
you some
experience.
like insider tea
Yes.
too?
Yes.
When I was on America's Got Talent, and here's the thing, don't nobody sue me.
We'll put a disclaimer before this.
I knew that I was on the right path because I was bummed. I made it to the top 10, but I had really wanted to make it to like the top 3 or something, just to be like, yo, little Bronx girl made it to the top 3. Like, I was excited, but top 10 is still, I ain't going, I ain't discount my blessings. Top 10 is still good.
Yeah.
But I remember I was on the phone with my agent, and I said I didn't win, and he went, oh, thank God. And I was
Why?
like, what do you mean, thank God? He goes, do you realize that contract is a trap? He was like, you would have been trapped in that contract, and you would have had to, they basically would have owned you. And he was like, you didn't want to win. You made it to where you was going to make it, and you take that and you run with it. You didn't want to win this. The contract would have sucked for you.
Wow.
And whether it works out for other people, great, but my agent was like, where you are in your career now, that would have not been good for you.
They would have had you going on all types of tours, right?
They would have locked me in to their Vegas shows, which would have prevented me from getting my own residency with Jimmy Kimmel's Club.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel has a fairly new comedy club
Yes,
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
And I'm on the email distribution list, and it's never a Latina coming up, headlining this weekend, blah, blah, blah. So finally, a Latina will be at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club in Vegas, and you're looking at her.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
They hit me up. I had gone out there and I had performed for their opening weekend, and stimulated for a cool story about how I met Jimmy. But I did the weekend with them, and then after I'd done that weekend and they closed for COVID, they had me do the opening again when they opened up. And before we did that, we were in talks because they were like, we want you to build a brand out here in Vegas. And they bought me out this past year 3 times to do a little residency thing. Me and Her Highness Lunel, who I love.
Lunel,
Yeah, she's amazing. She's there. She's out there with a residency too, over at Kimmel's, and she does every Sunday there, and it's a phenomenal show. She's a phenomenal woman. And so I joined the ranks of people with a little residency in Vegas with that. And I thank the people at Jimmy Kimmel because they were so amazing. And big ups to Jimmy Kimmel too, because he was pretty cool when I met him.
That's great.
Yeah.
Ay, congratulations on that. Okay, another thing we got to flex about right now. Disney Dashing Through the Snow, available now on Disney and featuring a role played by Gina Brillon. Tell us about the role. Tell us about the film.
So this is wild. Okay, so my manager, I'm a Christmas nerd. There's 2 things I'm nerdy about. Comedy and Christmas. 2 things. I don't care how commercialized Christmas is. I don't care that it's a trap. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I am an ugly Christmas sweater wearing, presents for everybody I know, buying, holly jolly person. I don't care. You will not take my shine on Christmas.
I love that.
I love Christmas so damn much, and my manager gets this email from this casting director who's like, Will Packer is working on a movie for Christmas, and they really want to see Gina. Like, the director was a big fan of mine. So the director told the casting director, I really want to see her read for the role. So, which is very rare, but
Flex.
So they said, we want to do this audition. So I was doing the audition with the director and the casting director, and they, said, this person loves Christmas. I was like, bing. And they were like, this is like a Christmas, like this, she's corny a little bit. She corny a little bit, but I love her. And I said, say less, send me the script. And I was like in this read with the director, and everything was going great. And you know how, look, I'm a big believer in manifestation. I'll tell you right now, the more you believe something is for you, the more it's gonna come to you, and it doesn't matter how it comes to you, it's gonna come to you in a way if you really believe it's for you. And I was like, I literally said to myself, when I got out of that first audition, I said, I got the role. I said, I got the role. I pictured it. I said, I pictured the phone call from my manager. I said, I got the role. Fast forward, like a week later, they give me a call back. In my head, is what I said. I said to myself, this ain't a callback. They're auditioning dudes to play my husband because I already got the role.
Ow.
That's what I told myself. Went in, did the audition. When I say, okay, look, I rarely say this about myself because auditions make me so nervous, and anybody who is an actor, actress, God bless you. I've been in comics so long, it still makes me nervous to go on auditions. That is a whole art to itself. But when I tell you I killed this,
Yeah.
like I walked out that room, I was like, they're stupid if they don't choose me.
It's a great attitude to have.
I get home one night, and my husband's trying to put my son to sleep, and my phone rings, and it's my manager. And I said to myself, I said, this is the phone call. This is the phone call. I got the part. This is the phone call. And I picked up the phone, and I had to be quiet because my son was trying to go to sleep. And so I picked the phone. I was like, hello. And my manager was like, you got the role. And I was like,
The silent scream.
And I still wasn't quiet enough because my husband came out and he was like, what happened? I could hear you in the next room. But I told him I got it, and we both kind of like silently lost our minds. And then I lived in Atlanta 2 months while we filmed it. And Atlanta's beautiful. I loved Atlanta. I did. So I had a great time. And the movie stars Ludacris and Lil Rel. And I think my first day on set, I got to work with Luda.
Oh.
And I was like, me and the guy playing my husband, Sebastian Sosi played my husband, and that's my homie. We had such a great time. We were both nervous because we were like, yo, our first scene is with Luda. Like, we were talking.
Please tell me you said to him, move, bitch, get out of the way.
I
No?
wanted to.
Okay,
I wanted to.
And not like that. Like, move bitch, get
come
out the way. That didn't come out right. That was so not Luda.
Bitch, get out of the way. He would have been like, what's wrong with you? He was in the scene with us, and he didn't have his script, and I'm such a nerd because he takes acting very seriously. Like, he was like, I just want to make sure that we're at the part in the script that I think we're at. And I was like, I have my script. So I pulled out my script.
Nerd alert.
And then we did the scene, and he let us, like, he wanted us to just riff. Like, Luda was like, just let these two just kind of go off because he thought we were hilarious. And he's funny too, man. He's got a lot of good lines in the movie. Like, he's funny.
Yeah.
He's a very funny guy, very sweet guy. Him and Lil Rel. Like, Lil Rel is just, he's just amazing. Like, as a human being, I love seeing when good things happen to good people. So all the stuff that's happening for Rel, just like, I've known him for years from comedy. He's an amazing human being. Like, you talk about somebody that you're like, damn, you deserve that and so much more. That's Rel. So to see him excel in this too, because, you know, he was so funny and so sweet. And there were long days, and he was just, I lucked out. The cast of that movie, perfect.
Love that.
Good human beings all around.
Yes.
Yeah. And Will Packer even came, and I got to meet Will, which was cool because you don't always meet the person who makes everything happen. So I got to actually sit down and talk with Will, and it was nice that he, you know, talked with everybody. He wasn't like, he came in on set talking to every single person. It was pretty dope.
That's lovely, and it creates a really nice environment,
Oh, yeah.
right? Wow. So we can see that now, right? It's
You
out.
can watch it now, streaming on Disney+. And I play Sonia Truckle.
Sonia Truckle.
Yes.
It's a great name, and I can't wait to see Sonia Truckle chuckle. And I'm sure I want to see that dynamic between you and the hubby. That sounds like fun to watch.
We had the best times. Like, I wish they would release some of the bloopers or some of the extras.
Yes.
Because when I tell you a good time was had on that set, like, we would just, they would have to stop filming because everybody was laughing.
Well, Gina, thank you for sharing all of this. I have one final question before we get to play a fun game.
Okay, I see.
And I ask this often of my guests because it's going to inspire. If you can talk to a younger Gina who might be in the audience or maybe one of the eloeleros listening right now, what are some words of advice that you have for her, looking back and knowing where you are now? What would you tell young Gina right now if she was right in front of you, right here? Here she is. Hi.
I would, if it was young Gina or anybody with her kind of tenacity, I would say just don't quit. Don't quit, whatever it is, whatever that big dream is, whatever it is, whether young Gina still wanted to be a comic in this scenario or not, just that whatever that dream is, don't quit, because no matter how happy you might be in life selling insurance, your mind is always going to be like, what if I had gone for that one dream? And you get one life, man. Live it the way you want to live it. That would probably be what I would tell her.
I love that. That's really great advice for everybody here, right? Okay, we're gonna get into this fun game now. So this is Tragos Get Loud, and I thought we should play around.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like Gina versus Rachel right now. And audience, please don't help unless we ask you to. So the way this game works is like you're gonna get a card, and on the card, and I'm not looking.
Okay, so-
I'll give you some cards, and
Okay.
I'll put them face down. I'll take some cards myself. And what we've got to do is get one another to guess the word on the card, or as many as we can, in 60 seconds. Here's our fancy timer. And this is a game to inspire getting loud. So.
Oh boy, I just disclaimer. I'm very bad at these games. I'm very just disclaimer. Y'all won't get so mad because you be like, why didn't she know? I won't know.
Right, there might be those people in the audience like, why didn't you say this? Or why didn't you say
Not
that?
there.
And I love those people too, but all right.
God.
This is such a
Okay.
fun game. I've done this a few times on air with guests, and it does, especially with a comedian, I cannot wait to see what transpires here. Are you guys ready for a round of Get Loud? Okay, so do you want to give first, or do you want me to give first? I have no preference.
I don't. What does give mean?
You know, like,
What am I give, man?
I made that. I don't know if that's like the
Do
terminology,
I
but like.
just like hold up the.
So you want me to guess the words
Girl,
first?
you go first. You go first. Should I shuffle? How's this work?
Okay, we could shuffle.
Shuffle,
We
shuffle,
should be
shuffle.
fair. We should
Shuffle,
shuffle.
shuffle,
Okay.
shuffle,
And then there's
okay.
like there's two sides. So like let's use the side that
Oh,
we
she my
can't.
friend, Angela Johnson. She
Oh my
friend.
God, Angela Johnson,
I love
former
her.
guest of the Latinos Out Loud
I love
podcast,
her.
and soon to be guest for a second time because
Nice.
she's got a special coming out.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. You guys know Angela Johnson, Bonquiqui from Mad TV?
Yeah.
What a story. And if you haven't heard that episode of Latinos Out Loud, please check it out. I mean, she tells us all about her jobs first starting out.
Girl.
We played a game, actually. This was not even a board game or like prompted, but like she used to work at, one of those like fairs, festivals, and she was the girl that guessed your weight and your age. And so we played Guess Your Weight, Guess Your Age, and she got it. She still got it. She got it right. She got my birth month, she got my weight, she got everything. It was kind of eerie, and we were over Zoom at that. Like, that's a skill.
Damn, she's nice with it.
Yeah, she nice. She nice. Okay, we nice.
Okay,
Okay,
we
so
nice, we nice.
so I'm gonna have to guess the words.
You're gonna have to guess.
So I can put this down. Let's put some time on the clock, please. Okay, and on your mark.
Wait. Am I guessing the words?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you
I'm
giving
confused.
the thing? I
I'm
don't know.
confused.
All right, I'll hold up the card, and then I think I have to guess, right? Is that how this works?
No,
Okay.
no. So yeah, that's like that game where you put it on your forehead. That's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like this. But I'm not gonna use this card. So like if I get the card and I see, I would never get you to guess this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. So I'd have
I
to
would
get you to
never.
guess that.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hold
I have
it.
to look at the card, and I have to get
Well,
you to guess it.
Right, exactly. And then I
understand
look
how
at
this
my
works.
cards and try to
This
get
is so
you to
scary.
guess my card. So you want me to guess your cards first?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. We are on the same
3
page.
hours later.
All right, audience, thanks for being so patient. Here we go. So I'm going to put time on the clock. On your
God.
mark, get set, dale.
Okay. This is, why would you give me, all right, okay. When you really famous, you do shows at places like this.
Dive bars, basements, churches.
I said really famous.
Oh, really famous, the
Yeah,
opposite.
the opposite.
Like arenas, amphitheaters,
Close.
stadium. Oh,
Yes,
no.
yes, stadium. You got
Kaka,
it.
I know that was you. It wasn't you. I'm blaming you anyway. All right. That was good. We got time on the clock, people. Okay.
Time on the
stadium.
clock. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Okay. This. Okay. This is okay.
Campbell's soup. No?
No, not
Oh, it's like good.
Like if. Oh, okay. Cape.
Town
No, Cape.
of Fear.
Yes.
Oh, get out of here! Are you serious? Are you serious? Yes. Yo, we're so good. Okay, wait, more time. Let me start that. Okay, keep going. This is so good. I'm in the game. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone now. Auto zone.
Okay. Okay. A lot of southern states are known for this type of food.
Soul food. No. Southern cooking. Fried green tomatoes. It's comfort food.
It is a type of comfort
Like onion
food.
rings,
Like,
chicken and waffles.
it's also a type of sauce.
Barbecue? No help from the audience. But I feel so dumb. I should have said that. That was like really okay. Maybe we can allow help from the audience.
You know what? Help from the audience is allowed.
Okay.
Help from the audience. If you get what I'm saying,
Fine,
help
you
from
guys
the
help.
audience.
If I don't get the answer, just give me like 10 seconds or something. And if I don't get
Okay,
the answer,
okay.
then feel free to get loud. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Lamaze.
Frank and
Beans.
Woo!
Yo, we hot. I like this game, and I get very competitive. We should have put money on this. Okay.
No.
No. Destiny's Child. No. Oh.
People that we were praising during the pandemic.
People we were with. The first responders. The essential workers. The nurses, the
Yes,
doctors,
yes,
the nurses and the
nurses.
doctors, the nurses and the doctors, the nurses and the doctors. Keep going. This is so much fun.
Okay.
Okay, reset the time.
We set the time. Okay.
We ain't got nothing but it.
Oh man. Okay. If you come from a Latino family, you celebrate this milestone birthday.
Could you give me a chance to answer? Although I was going to say Jesus' birthday. Because Christmas is like the big birthday celebration in my Dominican household.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
Okay, a few more. Why not? Time is of the essence.
Okay. Man, I can't say that.
You could say it.
I can't say that. They make a turkey version of this.
Pavolami. I don't turkey bacon.
Yes.
Oh my God! We were just talking about turkey bacon. It's $7 these days. It's a lot of money.
Okay.
Okay, this is so great. Are you done? Because you're looking like. Okay, that was good. All right, baby. Here we go, baby. All right, let's go. All right. Which side did you use? Which color? The blue. Well, they're all like different. Okay.
I used the red to read, the other side to read. So.
Okay. I'll use yellow. No, I'll use yellow. Brooklyn College. The colors are maroon and gold. I will use the gold side. Okay, here we go. Time on the clock, and you mark, cassette, huepa. Okay, you have one of these. I have two of them. When they were little, they're infants.
Children?
Yeah.
Kids?
When they're little, what are they called?
Babies?
Yes.
Hey.
Okay. We are both chasing these, and they are closer than we think. They're in the sky, but also they're in the sky at night.
Dream stars.
Yes. Okay. Que bonita.
Bandera.
There we go, people. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. This one's like, Polly want a cracker.
Parrot?
Yes. Okay. This is, I hope to own a marijuana one of these one day.
Dispensary?
No, bigger than that. Where the dispensary gets the stuff from.
What?
Not, the finca? The farm.
Oh, okay, the farm. Okay.
Okay, so we clap when this lands as Latinos.
Airplanes?
Yeah, but it's like the actual thing, and then when it's over, we're like, "Ay, Jesús,"
flight?
Yes, we
okay.
clap after the flight. Yep. Okay. We Dominicans love these. We have them sweet. We have them salty.
Plátano?
Yes. Okay. This is what you play in during the open, and everyone goes to the open in their finest clothes.
Tennis?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, look at that. Okay, flip. All right. Oh, this is, girl, let me tell you, I got the tea over.
Cheeseman?
Yes. Okay, this is not my first. Thank you. Okay, audience.
I thought she was just saying that. I was like, it's not her first rodeo. She played before.
This is really hard. Oh my God, this is a Latin American country, so just go through all of them. I don't know what else to say. Okay, 2 words. Two words. Brooklyn College. 2 words, and mami, tú era una cosita. Yes, Costa Rica. Okay.
I was like, that sounds like Dykeman. It's like, what?
This is good. Okay, so like if you can't afford the gold, you get the
silver.
Yup. Okay.
Silver's better anyway.
Okay. Blank the donuts. A commercial from the 90s. Blank the.
Don't forget the donuts. Wait, no.
Time
to make the donuts.
Time to make.
Yes. I was like, wait, I know that commercial.
Okay, one more flip. Is that what we're doing? Okay,
flip,
third flip. Here we go. We got this. Okay, this is like a lizard found in like all the Caribbean and like
iguana.
People, yes, iguana. Oh, Colombians make the best ones of these, if you ask me. Yeah, it's a type of food. Oh, men, interesting. Really? Can we talk about that for a sec?
Colombian men.
Tell me more about that, because you know.
Charming.
Okay, back on the clock. We're back on the clock. We're back on the clock. We'll talk Colombian men later. Okay.
Coffee.
No, they do make good coffee though. Honestly, let's talk about that for a sec. I do love me some
They make
Colombian
a good cup of coffee.
but not the answer here. Okay, so it's a food item. They put cheese on it. Yes, arepas.
Arepas. Oh,
Gina,
you be knowing.
You have to get these last two.
Okay, I have to get these last two. Okay.
You have to. Okay. This is the stuff that every Latina mom puts on your chest when you have a cold.
Vicks.
Everybody should say it in unison. Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vicks everywhere.
And this final card, I mean, he was also a former guest of the Latinos Out Loud podcast, okay, on our 100th episode in the Heights, Hamilton.
No, Lin-Manuel.
Yes!
Give him my phone number.
Yes! Yeah, we killed it. We killed it right here. We killed it. Ladies and gentlemen, keep that applause going for Gina Brillon. That was so much fun. Wow, are we at the close of our first episode? I almost don't want it to end. This is too much fun, but I think we do have to close. These kids, they got to go to another class, some of them, right? Shout out to the ones of you that take the evening classes. I used to do the same thing.
I'm good.
I used to come to BC, go to Latina Magazine, come back to BC. You know, I wanted that 4-year plan. I don't know about y'all. I was like, oh, you get the last semester free at CUNY? If you do it in 4 years, I'm going to do it at 4 years. Yeah, I don't know if they still do that, but they did back then. Shout out to Diana, a former intern of the Latinos Out Loud podcast. An intern that came to us through the TV and radio emerging media department. How you doing, Diana? Amazing. She's graduating! Yes! Any other interns out there? Because we've had a few from TREM. Anyway, so thank you to everybody coming today. Thank you for making this episode so special. Thank you to Gina Brillon.
Thank you for having me.
God, I love you. I just love you. Everything you do, you were inspiring me before you even met me. Yeah, hell yeah. I've been watching your career for a very long time.
Don't make me cry.
No, I'm not trying to make you cry, but that may be good for ratings. So cry. I really love you. No, I'm gonna really force it out of you. No, true talk. Let me tell you something, y'all. Being Latina comedians and what we do is different. You know, my sketch comedy thing and the podcast, and Gina's out there on TV and on stages across the freaking country. We have to elevate each other.
Yeah.
We must
100%.
in order to survive and not get into those deep, dark holes of depression. I often feel like I'm on an island, but then I wake up and I'm like, no, I'm not, because I have other Latinas out there like Gina, who is just a text message away and who I can just be like, yo, I need some advice on this because I'm pretty bummed out about this, which we're going to talk later. I do need some career advice from you.
Sis.
Yo, sis, for real. Okay, so I want to shout out everybody here for coming from wherever you came from. Is Brooklyn in the house?
Yay!
That's what I'm saying, though. I love going to a show and hearing Brooklyn the deepest. I like to shout out the different boroughs, except Staten Island. You're never going to hear me shouting out Staten Island. Nope, no sirree, Bob. Not even with them outlets out there. I ain't got no ferry go to Staten Island.
Really.
No. Ain't nobody going to Staten Island. Anybody here from Staten Island? First of all, I should have asked that. I didn't think. No, you lying. You lying. You lying. Where you from? Queens. Where's Queens? Is Queens in the building? Queens.
Originally Bronx.
All right, BX, Bronx. Anybody? BX,
Bronx?
BX.
Hey.
All right, the dogs from the Bronx are here. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I think I mentioned all the cool boroughs. Well.
Wow. Yeah,
I mean,
Manhattan. You get it
that's
too,
true.
Manhattan.
Are you a Manhattanite? All right. Manhattan in the building. I heard
sorry.
some people.
So sorry.
All right, the island that is long, that is connected to Brooklyn, right? We got the Long Island Sound right there. All right. Well, thank you all. Did I miss any geographic locations from where you? Yonkers. Yo.
Come on now.
No, okay.
No, they're not.
Well, this has been another episode of Latinos Out Loud. Please be sure to follow us at We Are Latinos Out Loud. Give us a call, no big whoop. 978 Latinos is the number. Yes, 978 Latinos is the number. You can follow me at Rachel La Loca. That's RACHEL La Loca. Thank you, Frank Nibbs, wherever you are. Shout out to Michelle Adana, all the students of TREM that put this show together. And on that note, we out.
The Latinos Out Loud podcast.